Hey guys, it's TwistedDisaster here, and like I said in my last video, this is another collaboration. This is between me and my friend Val Sans. I suck at, like I said, I suck at usernames, cause yeah. And her stuff is in the wow, all over the place. Her stuff is in the description below, and yeah, let's get started. So this is a collaboration between Val and myself. We are open recently for collab commissions. She sketches, I inks and colors. Great grammar. She sketches it out. I finish it for the most part. And if you want info on that, that's also below. Because we're still, at the time of making this, we're still open for them. And other than that, it's my Star Dasher and her Star Eater. Just, being all cute. Because something I've learned, which is also a good tip for artists out there, is when you try to make an example for something, make it something that you really care about. Like, do something for yourself. Uh, just because when, as much as a lot of artists hate to admit it, it's true, you would rather be making something for yourself, so you're going to put more effort into it, and so the commissioner or the client will see it and be like, wow, I can get something like this. And then because you gave yourself something, it's easier to complete works that you don't want to do. Yeah. That's all the advice I can really think of. Something I wanted to clarify, though, that I brought up in another video, because it might sound pretentious. In one of my videos, I called my watchers and stuff fans, and I wanted to explain the reasoning behind that. I'm not pig-headed. I'm not big-headed. I I really don't have that. I have enough watchers to get by, like I said, but I'm nowhere near a popular level like a lot of people do. And the reason why I said that specifically, because I know a lot of people get really turned away and really insulted when people say fans, is because I have had two instances in my life so far where random people I did not know knew who I was from my art, and it freaked me out. That's why I brought this up. So, story number one. I was at a friend's, it was either a birthday party or a Christmas party. I can't remember because I know her birthday's in the fall. And the party was dying down a little bit, and it was getting kind of relaxed, and everyone who knows me knows I draw when I'm relaxed, or I'm like kind of like, because at the time I always had to wait for rides and stuff. So I was sketching, and one of her friends, who I had never met, this was a newer friend of hers, I believe, she saw me drawing, and she was like, oh my god, I think it was my DeviantArt name, it was, you're TwistedDisaster, and I just kind of froze, because, like, well, a lot of my personal friends knew what my usernames and stuff were. I know lots of random people didn't, they don't tell people. At least that I know of making this, they don't tell people, like, oh, blah, blah, blah. So I was really shocked, and she's like, I'm a huge fan of your work, and I've been watching you for a couple of years now, and I was just dumbfounded, because at that time, and currently, on one specific website, I don't even have 1,000 watchers, and that's on every single one of my websites. I don't have 1,000, so the fact that I think I was even less than like 300, when someone has less than 300 watchers, and some random person you've never met is like, oh, I'm such a fan of your work and know who you are. To me, I was really freaked out, honestly. I wasn't really flattered. I was more like, oh my god, what? I've never had that happen before. And I wasn't like a bitch or anything, and I think I even drew or something. But yeah, that was my first instance. And then the second instance was when, of all things, it was when I was working a part-time job, retail, not last year, in 2014, because it was 2014 going into 2015. I'm not going to say where I worked. I might later on, but I don't want to like get in trouble. And I really loved that job. And it was right after Black Friday. I remember I had a double shift because someone called off sick. So I brought my sketchbooks. I bring my sketchbooks everywhere. And this is when I started getting into sketchbooks, like really trying to finish them, was when I started this. So I was working on a sketchbook, and one of my coworkers came up to me. This is a coworker from a different department of the store, so I didn't know how he knew me, because when I work retail, and when I worked, I didn't tell people I was an artist. I didn't give them my information, because, I don't know, this might sound rude, but, like, I like to keep my personal life and my work life separate, I'm very friendly and I'll go out with my coworkers. I went out a couple times, but I never became like buddy bosom buddies, and I never thought telling them I'm an artist was important to the job at time. This guy came up to me and he was like, "Oh my gosh, so you're TwistedDisaster again?" The guy knew my username, and I was like, "How'd you find out?" Because I didn't tell anybody while I worked here. And he's like, "Well, I've been watching you draw every now and then." I thought that was kind of creepy, but he was like, "Yeah, and I follow your Instagram, I follow your Tumblr, I follow your DeviantArt, and I follow your Third Affinity," and I was just like, "What have you seen? Oh my god!" Like I was again extremely surprised that two random people, and these were like a year apart, knew who I was, knew my style, and called and said they were my fans. That's why I specifically meant that, and I know that's kind of a long ramble to go on about this, but I just wanted to clear a couple things up because I know a lot of people kind of they think it's like insulting and pig-headed and blah blah. Like I reiterated, and I'm not like that. I know my shit stinks. I cannot stand people who act like their shit don't stink. I know this is like completely against what you're watching in the video because you're watching cute snuggles and arts. Yes, but yeah, I really wanted to clarify that, and I felt no better way than to do it in a video. Ooh, excuse me. So yeah, I'm gonna leave the rest to music because I really need to get this off my chest, and I hope you guys understand. So yeah, music, take it away, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!